Hey, my lovely Willow Vibes tribe members. I'm Jessica from Willow Vines Intuitive Vibes, and I woke up early again. Surprise, surprise. Like I said, whatever. I keep saying that because my schedule's all whatever. But you know what's really weird is before I decided to record this, because I was just kind of going over it in my head, I heard show them how it's done, or I'm going to show them how it's done. I think it was show them how it's done. So, and I was thinking about like interpreting dreams, like how to show someone how to interpret your dreams, which I have been doing off and on. I've also been showing people how messages come in and how to interpret them. And yes, I've made mistakes along the way, just saying, but not really big ones actually, because I keep being told that I really didn't make any mistakes. Like, there's lessons in here, but that twisted mess seems like a mistake, but it's not. Like I said, so it has something to do with plans and thoughts and whatever, which it's bringing me to the whole free will thing. It's like we can have this choice, this choice, this choice, this plan, this plan, this plan, whether they're good or bad. And it's like, which choice or which plan are we going to execute, because you got them all up here. So it's almost like, which parallel universe are we going to end up in ultimately? I'm not getting into that stuff right now, but that's kind of what it is, like that twisted up mess. It's like we could do this or we could do this. So what's behind door number 3? You know what I mean? Which door do you choose? Because it all depends. That all depends on what's going to happen. So it's like the information, because that's how tarot and psychic messages work. It all depends on the information that's delivered and what you do with it. It's advice, in a sense, because it's like, all right, well, this is what's basically for the path that you're on currently. This is what's going to happen, is what was coming in. And I know that I'm in this situation too that I keep talking about, but there's other people that I'm unaware of, and whatever, I'm picking up on their energy. And it's almost like with each decision we make, there's this outcome, that outcome, whatever, which is where shit gets twisted and sounds confusing sometimes, especially when all the information is bombarded at once, until we break it down. And then it's like, okay, well, now I understand this more. I was understanding messages myself, like behind the scenes for myself, because Spirit was going, shoot, this is what you need to know right this second. And I was, doing things accordingly. But not everybody does that. I just wanted to say that because for every choice we make, or for every action we take, there's a consequence. Like, there could be, because there's a pro and a con to everything. That's why when I say, like, if you choose not to speak up, if you choose not to tell the person, like, to say something to someone, so in a love situation, if you decide to keep your feelings to yourself, basically, you could pay the price for that. And the price could be somebody else moving in on that person, and now your opportunity's gone. Or, maybe things don't work out so good for you and you miss that great opportunity, but you meet somebody else and it's, it's good, but it's not as great. Or it all depends on the person and the situation too, like, or you dodge a fucking bullet and you're just like, I dodged a bullet with that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, we don't always know until it happens. And I was getting frustrated yesterday. Well, actually a few days. So I'm just saying. And I had said this in one of the readings that I uploaded. I was like, I just need confirmation on the shit that I'm saying, that it's fucking real. Like, I needed validation for myself. I knew the whole time all the stuff I'm saying is legit. I just didn't know where the hell it went. You know what I mean? Like, where to put it, ultimately. It's like a filing cabinet. I need to file certain things, It's like, okay, well, this is this situation. This is this situation. Or in police work, this is this case. This is that case. You know what I mean? And I can't put all the cases together because then it's a jumbled mess. And that's basically what was happening. So I just want to explain that. Because if anybody else is dealing with this, trying to figure out shit like signs and synchronicities, have a more direct approach with the information. I feel like Spirit has been saying that to me too. And I didn't understand. I just didn't. So I'm just saying that. Like, even though I have these gifts and these capabilities and stuff, it's sometimes it can just be a big cloud, you know? And that's how it is with general readings, especially without intention. Because when I do a personal reading, I'm focused. It's like, this is your energy, this is you, or this is, you and whoever. Like the situation that you're looking into. It's like, that's the intention and that's the energy that's being pulled in. The other energies are going away. Do you know what I mean? So it makes it easier to decipher, which is why readers always say, even in love situations, only take the messages that apply to your situation, what makes sense, what feels right to you, because the rest of it isn't for you, because there's a lot of energies. Okay, so that's for definitely people who watch for their love interest and whatever, or just any situation in their life. It's like, not everything that a reader says is for the viewer. Sometimes it's not even for whoever's viewing. Usually we see things like the videos or recordings or whatever that we watch are important because we're drawn to them. But if you're just going do, it's not all for you. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't go looking for the information. The information will find you. I've said that before. And that's advice for me as well. Usually the information finds me without any videos anyways, but and that happens for a lot of people, but you question yourselves. So I'm kind of showing you guys, like, it's okay to question yourselves, and the information will present itself when the time is right, because sometimes I'll have energy that I've predicted over a year ago, like I said, and it's like, what the hell? The energy that I'm in now with this crazy bullshit is happening now. Like, it's current, because I was like, I don't want this like year in advance shit no more, you know? But that it needed to happen that way because I wasn't ready to be bombarded, and I still don't feel 100% ready, just saying, but I sucked it up, and guess what? I'm glad I did. I'm really glad that I did. There is a decision that's being made here, I'm just going to say, and it's a fucking sudden one, because the Tower just wanted to stay out of this deck from the last reading that I did, and it's Judgment Day. Spirit's going, they're bringing in the lightning, and the thunder's rolling in whatever situation that is. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing for all of you. I mean, towers usually don't feel good. They kind of suck at first, but it's necessary for forward movement, for good things to come in, because after every storm is a rainbow. You know what I mean? And that's when the sunshine comes out, because all these storm clouds will clear. It can't storm forever, you know? But the storm can hover over and circle around depending on the way the wind blows. You know what I mean? Oh, we're blowing the situation this way. Nope, we're blowing it this way. So the storm is just circling. It's like, you gotta let the storm touch down and rain down. You gotta let purple rain down. I don't know what the fuck that means exactly, but it's like the angels even, because it was very angelic. You gotta let it rain down. It's gonna rain on your head, and it's okay. I don't know. But anyways, that just popped in my head. I didn't even sit down to say that. I keep fucking saying that too. Like, I didn't sit down to do this, but guess what? It's coming out of my mouth. Which is a good thing. This is advice. This is helpful, ultimately. Ouch, my arm. But anyways, so last night when I was sleeping, I went to bed just normal, and then I woke up, like, I don't know, a couple hours later, because I went to bed pretty fucking early again. I'm really getting sick of that, because I was watching TV with my son. We were watching The Witcher, which I love that show. Love it. Well, they killed this devil thing, and they're trying to figure out what it was and stuff. But Destiny's powers are getting stronger. She's learning. She's learning how to hone her abilities, how to work with them, which is good. And the Witcher isn't even teaching her. Could be a him, like the Witcher could be a her, and then Destiny could be a guy in your situation. It's all symbolism. But it's like, Destiny is a younger energy because it's the Witcher's daughter. And the Witcher didn't know it was his daughter, for one, for a long time, and then figured out that it is, basically. It's soul daughter is what it is. It was not his biological daughter, because witchers can't have children, ultimately. So, yeah, because they can't procreate. But destiny, oh wait, but destiny, like something's changing because they couldn't make any more witchers or something. Sorry if I'm ruining crap. You won't really understand that anyways unless you watch the show, like, fully. Because I'm not saying why they said this crap. But it's like it's divine intervention. You know, it's like we couldn't have any children. We couldn't procreate. So there could be a situation here, in a love situation, where maybe one of you can have kids or the other one can't, or maybe both of you can't. I don't really know. Actually, maybe both of you can't, because in some situations, not all. Like I said, pick the messages that fit, because it could be like maybe both of you are fixed, or one of you is infertile and the other one's fixed. I don't know. It just depends on the situation. There's a lot of y'all out there. But the Witcher was promised, because he can't have kids. The Witcher, he or she, was promised a child. I said there was an unborn child. There's like a son or whatever. I mean, it's a daughter in the show, but whatever. Souls, it doesn't matter what the masculine energy, the soul could be in a female body. You never know. Which is where gender gets confused and stuff, especially with energy, because, like, I'm a woman here down here, and and I feel like a woman. I am a woman, like, whatever. I'm not transgendered, which there's nothing wrong with being that way. And this is why, because of the souls and the confusion and stuff. But anyways, I could be a masculine soul, so, because I explained this to my daughter, like, one time we were sitting there, I'm like, you're my daughter right now, and I'm your mother. But with our souls, I could be your father, and you could be my son, or you could be my parent, my mom or my dad, and I could be your child, like, soul-wise. It just depends. You don't really know unless you look into it and stuff. But, it could be like that in a situation for somebody, so don't get hung up on gender and crap. Because usually when I'm doing a reading and I say this is a man or this is a woman, that's what they are in the physical realm. And the masculine and feminine energies are within someone, whether it's, an earthly man or an earthly woman, So I hope that better explains the gender versus masculine and feminine energy for some of you. Light workers and stuff, you guys know that. Most of you, some of you don't. Some of you get confused, like, and this has happened to me in the beginning too, when I was like, masculine, feminine. I'm like, who's the masculine? Oh, it's got to be a man. No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. And even though readers say that all the time, our minds make us think that, it's just, I don't know, sometimes. So, anywho. So, yeah, the Witchers can't procreate. But he fell in love with a witch. I can't remember their fucking names, but it's not important because the names of y'all are different. So he fell in love with a witch. And he's very, like, no emotion, but he has bad dreams. He has nightmares and stuff. It's like PTSD, basically, for this dude, because of all the battles that he's been in. There could be somebody who literally was in battle, you could be a soldier, a police officer, firefighter, whatever, any of those, because EMS workers, a doctor, something, it would have to be trauma related too, like, I don't know, or just trauma related from your past, because that was his past lives, because he'd lived multiple lifetimes, because these motherfuckers never die. Well, so does the witch, and she's a witch in the show, but a witch is a healer. Magic is healing, unless you have bad intentions, and then, but whatever. You can't have good without bad, just saying. And they're the ones that give everyone a bad fucking rap, a bad name. Because magic is every single person, even if you don't practice. Your thoughts are powerful, your thoughts are magical. Your intentions are magic. So if you're throwing hate someone's way, going, I wish you would fucking die, or, you fucking suck. I don't know, you hold on to that resentment and you're just sending it to somebody. That's magic. And it will come back and bite you in the ass. It will. It just always does. And that's probably why I keep saying pray for your enemies, because forgiveness is for yourself. It's not even for the other person. It's so that you don't send that bad juju out, because you'll get it back. You will. And a lot of times, especially when we're just like, you stupid mother, blah, 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 like whatever, that's not magic when you're cussing someone out because they're being a pain in the ass. No. When you're sitting there stewing on something like, I fucking hate you, and I wish that your life would end or suck or whatever. Like when you're like, your intention is ill will towards someone, that ill will circle back and head your way. So be careful with that, because that's magic. That's magic. And that's not good magic either, because you're basically trying to infringe on the free will of others when you're doing that, because you're going, no, I don't want you to have your destiny. I don't want you to be on your path. I want you to do what I want you to do, which is not fucking fair. You know what I mean? It's very controlling. You can't control others. You just can't. People try all the time, though. It's the egos, and we all have an ego, and nobody's fucking perfect, you know? We've all felt that way about someone before, like, man, like, I just don't like you, you know? But I've always said my entire life, even though I've been mad at people, I've never hated anyone. I've never, it's not worth it. It hurts too much to hate someone. It takes too much damn energy. You know what I mean? It's like, what does this do for me? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. All it does is cause stress and bullshit in your own life. So anyways, there's that. But the destiny thing, yeah, the witchers and stuff. Well, destiny comes in, which could be spirit. It's like when you're aligned with your destiny, anything can happen, because the witcher was promised a baby, basically, a child, like whenever he was ready to get it, I guess. But this child was already born, because he couldn't have any, and neither could this witch woman, but she wanted, like, she'd lived multiple lifetimes too, and she's like, you know, I would love to have a child, you know, like, to leave a legacy behind. So it might not even be a child. A child can represent a new beginning, a legacy. And I've said that about my channel, like, everything that I'm doing is for my children, basically. I mean, it's for myself too, because I have goals and dreams and whatever, but part of my wishes and prayers was, I want to leave a legacy behind for my children. You know, like the money tree that kids think that their parents always have. It's like, I am the tree, and I want money to grow off from it, and it will. It's coming, is what I heard. And it's coming for a lot of people. Like, you know, who's your money tree? Are you the money tree? Are you trying to leave a legacy behind for your family, no matter who that is for you? And that's kind of what I'm getting with this. It's like, I had said in one of my dreams, like, I had nothing to put in my kids' stockings. But I gave them a card that I was really proud of, with spiritual messages on it, because the spiritual messages that I wrote were on the card. And I was really proud of that. It's like, I'm really proud of the work that I'm doing. Even if I seem like a hot mess sometimes, you know. I'm very proud of my abilities, my drive, my ambition, that's for sure, because I was legit terrified to start this channel. Didn't show my face. But I worked my way up, you know. I even took a break because I'm like, I don't think this is going anywhere, you know. And then I came back and it kind of went, whew. And I was like, oh, it is going somewhere. But then it stopped. It was like at a plateau. It's at a plateau because I was doing things all wrong. I was trying to do things like everybody else. And you know what? I'm not everybody else. I'm me. And my gifts come to me in whatever way they do. And your gifts come to you in whatever way that they do. And every reader reads differently. The ones that are all the same, like, it's not, sometimes some of them are copying, just so you know. Just be aware of that. Copying other people. But the readings that are just extremely vague, for one, and it's like everyone you click on is like, oh, I just heard that from so-and-so, I just heard that. Usually the vague ones, because I just want to reiterate this, there are other readers who are picking up on the same energy as me, and there's details in their reading. It's not just, oh, the Knight of Wands is coming in, you got the player here, because that's not always what that is. Just saying, yeah, there's players out there, but those types of readings, usually they're not intuitive. And they fit everyone. Do you want to know why? Because I can just go, whoop, tower moment. Oh, there's a tower here. And judgment, you know, there's a decision. Someone's making a decision and the tower's coming in. Well, what the fuck's the decision and what the fuck's the tower? You know, I'm winking. So, do you know what I mean? That's an example. I'm not saying every reader's that way, because they're not. There's a lot of very beautiful souls out there, especially on YouTube, and ones that don't even record themselves and don't even read for anyone, who know a lot more than people realize. Do you know what I mean? So just be careful who you pay to get a reading with, from, or whatever. Use your discernment. Just follow your heart with it. Don't just pay for a bunch of them. Do you know what I mean? Or don't just go to anybody. If it feels right, that's the reader you belong with. Go by that. Not by views and whatever, because actually a lot of the people who do very vague readings and stuff, they have a lot of fucking views. And the reason why they do is because it's vague. It fits everyone. Oh, that's my story. Oh, that's my story. Everyone has a fucking tower in their life. Multiple. Everyone makes decisions. Everyone's known a fuck boy or a fuck girl. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm not promoting myself. I'm explaining this because I've had a lot of clients actually tell me that they get fucking confused as shit when they're watching readings. That's why. You know, be careful what you watch. And sometimes the information comes to you, it's not even through a reading. A lot of the signs I get aren't through a reading. Like, for example, I'm using the Nightmare Before Christmas box to hold this up. And I keep covering up my camera with these sticky note things. Because I know they watch me when I'm recording. I don't care, because, you know, you guys see this. Even if I don't post it, if they watch it, whatever it is, what it is. But this sticky note is covering the Nightmare Before Christmas. The nightmare is covering the nightmare. Boop. Which is weird. It's stopping the nightmare from... No, wait. I just heard no. It's covering the nightmare. Because the Nightmare Before Christmas is good. Like, the Pumpkin King and Sally coming together. And it's actually covering them. Like... So the problem is covering up a love situation. Like, there's a problematic person or situation that's stopping you from coming together, basically. That's what that symbolizes for me. And I was like, what? And then, because I kept losing them. And then I was like, oh, there they are. But this is how, it's like an X. There's a line and an X. X marks the spot or something. Fortune cookies. Why am I going to sneeze? Hold on. There's apples on my scratch tickets too, which is really weird. They weren't there before. Well, they were when I bought them, but I meant the tickets change. Like, I don't know, they have different pictures on them every now and again. But, oh, fortune, star. Those are the words. Ow! Fuck. That hurt. I don't know what the hell I did to my damn wrist. I picked that up and it really hurt. Okay. Anyways, fortune is here and star. X marks the spot. I had Chinese food the other night too. I kind of want it again. That shit was good. I had to order Domino's because I have no vehicle and I'm like, who the fuck delivers around here? You know, I don't live in a city, so it's kind of sparse. But anyways, so I wanted to talk about my dream, and I do want to get to cards, so hopefully I'll be able to pull some cards in this one. If not, I'll do another one, you know, whatever. It is what it is. So I don't always need cards, but sometimes it's nice because I like the imagery in them, you know. I like to see the extra information that I get besides just when I draw and whatever. So when I went to bed, I woke up like a couple hours later, and then I grabbed my crystal. And I was saying this in another reading. I can't remember if I posted it or not. I think I did. Because, yeah, the Four of Swords, where the guy's holding the sword like this. I'll take my crystal and I'll lay like this sometimes. And especially when I'm meditated, sometimes when I'm taking a nap, I don't usually do it when I go to bed, because I'll drop the crystal and roll over it. And I've lost crystals that way. I'm just saying, I have. I thought I lost one doing that one night, and I was like, oh fuck, my crystal's gone. No, it's just on the other side of the bed. It's laying beside me the whole time, like just right over there. It was really weird. I was like, oh, there you are. When I made my bed, I found it. So there was that, but I wasn't last night. And I go off on tangents for a reason. I just do. So I'm like, I woke up and I wanted to hold the fucking crystal for some reason. So I'm just like, where the hell is it? Oh, got it. So I grabbed it and I just had it in my hand. And I just, put my hand on my pillow, just sleeping or whatever. I had fucking dream after dream after dream after dream. I don't remember those dreams, but they were vivid to the point where I'd wake up. I'd go, oh, that dream. And then I'd go back to sleep and have another one. And then wake up and have, I don't know. It was like wham, 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 wham. And I didn't put two and two together. That was because I was holding the fucking crystal. And because I was asleep, But I didn't remember all of them because I was tossing and turning. So I'd be like, dream, I can't sleep. What the fuck? I can't sleep, can't sleep, can't sleep. And then when I finally woke up, because I was like, what the shit? I put the fucking thing down. I'm like, I think it's because I'm holding this. And then I fell asleep while I was watching YouTube a little bit first because, when you toss and turn and wake up like that, you got to get up for a minute, So that's kind of what I did. And then when I fell back to sleep without anything in my damn hands, just me, and I had another dream. It was kind of like two, but one of them I only remember bits and